What's up, little M's beauty babes? So right now I want to do a girl talk with you guys about depression. I feel like this is such an important topic to talk about, and I say that in most of my girl talks because I feel like most of what I talk about is really important. And the reason why I'm doing this video is I feel like um, part of me, I go through depression, and I know a lot of women, men, older generations have suffered with depression, um, or is suffering with depression. And I feel like it's such an important topic to talk about. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Give this video a fat thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell to always be notified with my videos. And let's get this started. Okay, so the reason why I want to talk about depression is I feel like it's a really important topic to talk about, especially in this generation, the older generation, people that are middle-aged, even kids, teenagers. I feel like a lot of people do suffer with depression, and I don't feel like it's a mental issue. I feel like it's more of an emotional issue that people that like deal with it are suffering, whether it's extreme, whether it's minor, whether it's a mild thing. And I myself, the reason why I am talking about this, and I don't want to talk about anxiety because I don't deal with anxiety, and I don't want to talk about something I don't know exactly what it feels like or to go through. But I do want to talk about depression because I do suffer with minor depression, nothing extreme, but I do suffer with minor depression about like two things, and I feel like um, it's sometimes very overwhelming with depression, and I feel like you feel like very alone and you're very emotional and you kind of just shut out the world in a way. And even if it's a minor, some people that are with a minor depression do shut out the world. And um, even if it's extreme, sometimes it could lead to suicide, or it could lead to hurting yourself physically, turning to the wrong things like drugs, alcohol, and yeah. So the reason why I'm talking about depression on my channel, I feel like it is such an important topic to talk about, especially now, because I feel like I've been dealing with minor depression since 2016, and I feel like my main causes that cause me minor depression is my health and me having a good heart. Now, I'm going to explain more into that, but I just want to make a disclaimer that if you are suffering with depression and you feel very alone, you feel very out of it, you feel overwhelmed, anxious, emotional, crying yourself to sleep, make sure you don't close out the world and make sure you don't push the most important people away from you. Um, Keep your friends close, keep your family close, keep your significant other close, and keep yourself close mainly. Because if you lose yourself, that's not that's the end of it, but it's gonna be hard to pick yourself up out of that hole of depression. And not that I know exactly how that feels, but there was a point in my life that I did feel extremely depressed when I was younger, when I was dealing with cyberbullying and in school bullying. I feel like I suffered a lot with depression, and I feel like I kind of was stuck in a hole for a while. And I finally took myself out of it and standed up to these people, and it was the best feeling ever. But now I do suffer with minor depression, and the things that I do suffer with is about my health and about having a good heart. And why I say my health is because I do feel that since 2016 I've been diagnosed with hypothyroidism, And then about 2017, 2018, I was diagnosed with PCOS, and I feel like it's just a very overwhelming feeling, especially because I'm young and I'm trying to like understand and like talk to my doctors and understand more about it and like get everything under control. Um, and I feel like my weight has really, this is the most significant weight I've ever been at. And I'm not ashamed to talk about my weight because I it's more of me not having control of it. Um, this weight gain came from a hormonal imbalance between the thyroid and the PCOS, so it kind of just caused me extreme weight gain. And I feel like that was like the lowest point when I realized I gained over 100 pounds within 6 months. And it was a very overwhelming feeling when I went to the doctor and they told me that. And they told me you gotta lose the weight. And I went to the YMCA and for 3 months, and I thought I was going to go into the doctor with results, and I kind of just stood at the same weight. And I changed my diet and everything. And then as time is passing, you know, my I was working for like about a month and a half and at a seasonal job, and I was on my feet. So I was like, great, I'm working, I'm walking to work, I'm on my feet for like 6 hours. Like, this is going to be a good thing for me to lose weight. And I was working like mostly every day. I got like 2 days off. And when I went to the doctor recently, they told me that I gained weight again. So it's just like a tit for tat type of situation with thyroid and the PCOS. And I feel like that's a lot where my depression came from. Now, I don't want to make this video just about my health because that's not what it's about. It's about what has caused me depression. And another thing that has caused me depression is having a good heart. And what I mean by that is always reaching out to people to help them. Like, you're always ready to help somebody with their problems, whether it's family, school, um, guy issues, um, if they're a teen parent, whatever the case is. Like, it's just a very overwhelming feeling because it's like you're dealing with your own minor depression and you're dealing with other people's issues that are suffering emotionally also, and then you're also dealing with their problems and then not speaking about your problems. Um, I'm a person that doesn't really like to talk about my problems. I've always been a closed-in person. I usually bottle things up, and it's not a good thing to do, guys. But I feel like I go to my mom a lot about things because not that I can't trust any of my friends or anything. It's just certain things I kind of keep to myself and go to my mom because I feel like she and my family are like the closest things that understand. Um, it's been tough to like deal with other people's issues and try to be there for them and try to be there for yourself also. And I feel like the main thing that is a really good thing to do is focus on yourself and not shut out the world, but sometimes you kind of have to because, as much as your friends want to talk to you, your family wants to talk to you, um, even your significant other, sometimes I feel like keeping your family and your significant other is very important, but if you have friends that are like toxic and like have a lot of their own problems, I feel like giving yourself a couple days or weeks or even months is the best thing to do. Because if, like, with me, I've been giving, like, I'm already been, like, pretty much keeping myself away from drama right now and, like, other people's problems. And I feel so relaxed and positive, and I feel like I'm getting a lot of things done that needed to be done, like, handling stuff with my health, handling stuff with, like, I've been writing a lot. Um, I feel like I used to do that a lot, and I feel like I let go of that. Um, I've been writing. I got a book today, and I've been writing, and I feel like it's been helping me a lot. So I'm gonna give you guys some tips and my suggestions on how to handle depression. Number one is, if you are suffering with an extreme depression, minor depression, or mild depression, I feel like focus on yourself, but don't shut out the world. Make sure you're keeping your friends, family, significant other, your pets, well, whoever it is, your grandma, freaking Donald Trump. Keep them close by you because, you know, people that suffer with extreme depression, it could sometimes lead to suicide, drugs. Like, you turn to the wrong things. With minor depression, you kind of close out the world and you stay in, like, your own thoughts and, like, pretty much, like, a foggy mind. And I feel like focus on yourself, get what you need to get done, and do things that make you happy. Because, like, writing has always made me happy, as bad as a writer I am. Um, Writing has always been a good thing for me. And listening to music and filming has been, like, a really good comfort for me to let out what I need to let out. And I do feel that um, that focusing on yourself is a really healthy thing to do for yourself and for your mind and for things that you need to focus on. Focusing on yourself is not being selfish at all. So don't ever feel like let other people make you feel like you're being selfish or you're being, like, extreme or anything like that. Because at the end of the day, the only person that got you is yourself, and that's a fact. Um, the second advice I'm gonna give you is, don't turn to stupid things when you're suffering with depression. Like I said in the first time, um, make sure you're not turning to stupid things when you're dealing with family problems, when you're dealing with like a heartbreak, health issues, whatever the case is, guys. Like, make sure you're not losing yourself while doing all, like, dealing with all that. Number three is, bring back the hobbies that you used to love. Like, I feel like it is so important to bring back hobbies that you used to love. Like, with me, it was writing, filming, music. And I feel like life can get overwhelming at times. Being an adult can be very freaking overwhelming. And I'm not even going to sit back and not say that, because it's ever since, like, I graduated high school, I thought life would have been easier or, like, different. Because I've always been excited to be an adult finally, and I feel like it's very overwhelming. Um, it's a pretty hard thing to deal with, because it's like, your parents are not going to be there every step of the way. And thankfully, I have both my parents to be there as of right now. Um, and, like, my mom is, like, my go-to person. Like, she's my ride or die, pretty much. She's my best friend, and she's always there to listen when I need her. And, like, my sister's always checking up on me to make sure I'm okay. And, like, it's a really nice feeling when you have family that are, like, they care, And if you guys don't have people that you feel like that don't care, you can even talk to me. Like, my Instagram direct messages are always open to talk to any of you guys if you're dealing with problems. Like, as selfish as I sound, I'm still going to deal with my friends' problems, my family's problems, my significant other's problems. I'm still going to deal with it, but sometimes I just need to step back and just take a break. And that's the best thing you could do. That's number 4, is take a break. Take a mental break and just close out the world and just do what you gotta do. Do things that make you happy. Um, what else? What else? What else? Let's see. I do want to hear your guys, if you guys are comfortable enough to comment down below, things you are dealing with depression, or, like, if you're dealing with anything in life, I would love to hear and like talk to you guys and communicate with you guys, because I feel like it's so important to talk about things that you're dealing with. I know it could be really hard at times, and you feel like really alone, and you feel like nobody understands you. As of right now, that's what I feel like. You don't understand what it feels like when you feel like nobody's will ever understand until they're walking in your shoes. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because with my situation, with my health situation, it's like I feel like nobody understands. As much as people want to listen and give me their feedback or whatever, at the end of the day, they're never going to understand until it happens to them. Not that I wish anything to happen to anybody, but like you have to really go through something to understand, to feel what they're feeling, to feel what their body's feeling, to feel what they're feeling mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. It's 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 really hard, depression, and depression is a very overpowering thing. Um, Especially if you like dealt with it since young, like if you got bullied or like you got name called or um like you dealt with negative people in your life. Um, I feel like I've always dealt with negative people. Um, but that's what like negative people usually turn to me for comfort, and I'm always have open arms to it because you don't know what somebody's going through. You don't know if it's worse than your thing, and you know, you kind of just sometimes have to put yourself in other people's shoes to understand. And even though they may feel like you're never going to understand, um, they partially understand. Whether you feel that way, just just make sure you're not pushing that person away. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy this girl talk video. Give this video a fat thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.